Welcome back, everyone, and I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So, does anybody remember? Another reboot, another reboot. I'm gonna get into that, but this one may deserve a reboot, and I'll kind of explain why it needs a reboot. So, does anybody remember the movie I'm Number Four? Not the successful book series, a series of like six books, which were a bestseller sci-fi novel or sci-fi series. Not that, the movie I'm Number Four. Very little cult following. I mean, I watched the movie. I'm pretty sure if you went back and opened up, like, oh yeah, I remember this movie. Yeah, I remember Timothy Olyphant. Best part of the movie was Timothy Olyphant, and he was the one that didn't have any powers. So at the time this came out, you were writing movies like Jumper. I think Chronicle was coming out at that time, but it was in the time where it was like Earth superheroes. You know what I mean? This is building up to the whole Avengers stuff was starting to come about. A lot. It was the X-Men was still booming. It was the it was the superhero, the kind of not really the beginning of the superhero phase, probably like a little bit before the start of the middle. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, it just I don't think this movie got the fair shake, and I don't think it was well a product. And it is a Disney product. I don't know if they still have the rights to it. I'd rather have like Warner Bros. Have the rights to it, but Disney, they're going in their bag on the literally like at the bottom of the bag to pull this out. Now, was it a bad movie? No, but was it forgettable? Kind of yes. It just didn't. It just didn't hit its mark. I don't know if it was the acting in it because Timothy Olyphant in the movie is fine. He's the best part of the movie, to be honest with you. And I like, maybe I'm biased. I like Timothy Olyphant and anything he's in, just and all that. So, but so let me give you like the premise because I'm pretty sure people have forgotten about this. It just hit at the wrong time, but I'm going to tell you how it might be hitting at the right time if they do this movie right. So, um, basically these children are from a planet their race is the Lorik, and they're invaded by the what are the names, the Mog, what is it, the Mogadorians, which is another alien race. So they're not even from Earth. They eventually have to come here. It's almost like kind of like the Kal-El story, Superman story. But so their home world is basically like taken over by, and they have unique abilities, but in their society, which they never they touched on it a little bit and then just went away from it in the movie. they they forgot about the movie, forgot about what the movie was about. If you actually watch it, you see certain parts of them like, oh, you're getting into it, and then it totally goes to like this. I don't know what they were trying to make it appropriate for like the youth, the younger, but if you actually look at the story through the books, this is it. It's probably one of those that it's for more mature because the devastation that's caused on their home world. If you actually show it, so if you so it's the Lorik and the Magnolorians. They're taking over Lorien or whatever their planet is, and they have unique abilities. But in their society, the people that don't have abilities and the people that do have abilities, they live hand in hand. So it's not like all the people with all the special abilities, like the Superman abilities, totally run the world. No, that's not how it is. They have an even balance on their planet. Like some may be hierarchy, they have special powers. Some may not. Some may be, just like the ones that don't have powers are actually up there in society. But it's a well balanced world. Seemed very peaceful where they didn't have to use their powers. They were just part of society. And then they get invaded by the Magadorians, the Megalodons, whatever. So didn't really seem menacing. Very forgettable villain in the movie. And if you're taking over a planet and these people have these special powers and abilities, I think it would have been a lot harder. They didn't push on that. It seems like the movie was rushed. But so the Lorik, and how it is that there's eight of them left, and they have handlers. So when they were escaped the planet with their handlers, handler sounds so bad. They're guardians, with their guardians, which don't have powers, you know, but can still hold their own. They do have technology and stuff with you see Timothy Oliphant with his blade and everything, which is crazy. So when he pulls that thing out, you're like, oh, and they didn't touch on that. Like, even though like Timothy Oliphant's character and them didn't have powers, they were definitely warriors. That's why they sent those guardians without powers to protect the kids. So there's 8 of them that got off the planet. They were all put all over Earth, everywhere, different parts. Okay. And they don't know about their abilities. Some will awaken. The abilities will awaken. It could hit them at any stage, you know? It's almost like X-Men. So basically, they're alien X-Men. And I'm not knocking it because the book is, I did read one of them and I was like, wow. And then I kind of forgot about it. I need to go find it and like read this book again because it's a very successful film series, sci-fi film series. So they got them all to this planet, and they have to be killed in order. Okay, so at the when in the movie, you got the first 3. You get to I am number 4, hence why it's named I am number 4. So he's basically when they start killing him off, stuff awakens. Number 6, which is in the movie, you don't see number 5, 7, and 8, but you do see 6 because they have to go and find the other ones and warn them that the Mogadorians are coming to kill them. You know, but they just really didn't hit on that. It just you got to 6 and then it was like that's it. It almost felt like they're the last 2 left because they have to kill them in order, you know. I don't know, it's like Highlander, there can be only one and then there's a prize at the end. They really don't touch on it in the movie. It seems like the movie is all over the place. Writers tried to do things and then they were trying to adapt from the book. And I know it's hard to adapt from a novel. Everybody knows that you have to change stuff up so it actually transfers to the silver screen. Understandable, but y'all did a terrible job of even trying. Okay, so it does have, and they do have special. So each one has unique powers and special abilities, which was cool. But the thing was, you never got the sense of urgency for the race. It's almost like the Mogadorians or whatever. Like in the movie, it's like, well, why would we mess with them? They just want to destroy or kill the rest of this race from another planet. I mean, we do it on this planet all the time, right? You know what I'm saying? With like species, you know. Not saying that's a good thing. I'm saying it's a very bad thing. But there was just no sense of like, okay, so if they're all fighting in secret and they're just killing them off, and then we don't even really notice that they're there. Would we really notice that they're gone? What does that alien race have to do with Earth? Their planet was like ours, but they're just basically like refugees over here. And they can't even hold up to another race that really doesn't. I don't know if eventually the Mogadorians want to take over Earth, and that's why they came here to warn us and try and help out. But there was no sense of urgency in the movie. Now, this could deserve, if you actually look at the story, like, um, and the premise of it and everything, it could be potential. And you might be hitting it. This is what I'm getting into. You may be hitting at just the right time because at that time, the superhero craze it was booming. Now, if you noticed, people, the movie industry, superhero movies and stuff ain't that hot no more. It's sci-fi. Sci-fi is not slowly. They're like a tidal wave coming. Sci-fi. People want to know about distant worlds, distant something beyond us. You know, we know about the mutants like the X-Men and stuff that people have powers here. You know what I mean? Certain mutations. You know, got some sorcerers here, all Earthbound. You know what I mean? You got a little bit in Avengers when they brought out, you know, alien race and stuff. But it's sci-fi. We want to know about the different worlds. And I'll give it to, if you can do this. So say what you want about Man of Steel. Say what you want. Zack Snyder. Sometimes I'm not a fan as of late. I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder. But if you actually look at the opening scene of Man of Steel on Krypton, amazing. That was probably one of the finest introductions to a superhero that was ever saw on the screen. Krypton was amazing. And you know what? It didn't have Superman in it. in that. I mean, he had him as a baby, but he wasn't made. It was the planet that he was from, and why it's so important in the movie. I am number four. You never made that important. You never showed us that the stakes. You showed us that, yeah, okay, but they could be forgotten. But we'll see. It's another reboot. I'm interested. I don't know who's going to handle it. It is a Disney. I think Disney still has the rights to this. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. But it's hitting at the right time. Let's be honest. Sci-fi, but you got to. This is one of those where I know it's hard to adapt from the book, and if you adapt fully from the book, it may not transfer to the silver screen. But you better get it close, because from what I've read, and now since they're going to reboot it, I'm definitely going to be starting to research it a lot more and probably get the whole series now. Because I'm on this reading thing again where I want to read everything, which is not a bad thing, right? Educating yourself. But yeah, you got to come correct, because the thing is, this generation that's growing up now with sci-fi know nothing about I Am Number Four. So grace them with your presence. And it's got to be good. You're going to have good marketing, because people are going to be like, they'll be like, oh, I Am Number Four. When they see it, when you start doing your marketing, you're like, isn't that like teen superhero movie? Yeah, like they were killing them in order or something. There was something about order, and they had like these symbols. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be a hard one. This is possible, but Disney, if you're going that, I don't know. Maybe it's a hidden gem. And somebody in the boardroom, like I always say, probably the intern or the janitor, because it seems like those people probably have more sense than the big executives up there making all the millions of dollars, and should probably listen to the little guys in the company. Maybe somebody said, when they were like, yo, we need to fill a space or something, like, why don't we do I Am Number Four? And they were like, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's a Disney product. Excuse me, we own that product. What is this about? It's from books. Okay. All right, we'll look into that. Oh, thank you. And this coffee tastes amazing. You're the best intern ever. Yeah, yeah, he's definitely getting hired, or she's definitely getting hired. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a hard one. But tell me if you're interested. Tell me if you're not. I think it could be pulled off. I would rather the product be sold to Warner Bros. But if Disney does it right, because I mean they're doing Tron and stuff, it seems like they're resurrecting some old stuff to see if it works. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks. Maybe this could be a hidden gem. But anyway, tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And do you think this is a good idea? Bad idea? I mean, are you gonna watch it? I don't know. We know nothing about it. It's a reboot. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. It just takes one little click trying to build this channel, everybody. And I want everyone to subscribe. And I do mean everyone.